Good evening and welcome to another scene in the living world of darkness, Camarilla and Anarch venue. Mr. Spillane and Nikki very recently um, rescued someone, being their good, kind-hearted selves. And that someone has been transferred to a hospital, is right now in a hospital, and they're going to meet her. So we will start the scene with Mr. Spillane and Nikki. Um, let's say they are currently driving towards the hospital.
Nikki is kind of silent, especially after what transpired in the bunker earlier that evening. Um, she's just kind of sitting there in quiet contemplation, but she is excited about going to see this person and see what kind of stuff they can find out.
Yeah, Sam is glad they were able to save a life that day, but there is also that pragmatist side of him, also excited that he may finally be able to put an end to this individual who seems to just slip away from it. And always seems to just be kind of ever present. That just seems to show up and kind of present this very, very, very small window to Sam, but almost tauntingly, a window he can't fit in. It's been getting to him. It was definitely something he would like to see resolved, both an end to this about and perhaps a return to normalcy for this poor girl's life, of course. She must have been through much that Sam, well, prefers not to think about. And then making their way into the hospital. Sam, every now and then, will attempt to make casual chatter with Nikki. Silly bookworms.
A little while goes by, and you are arriving at a relatively spacious parking garage next to the hospital. And you are free to enter the hospital.
Oh, how generous of Miss O'Connor. Yep, Sam will open the door for himself and Nikki. We'll have the driver on standby just in case, but it's unlikely. And yeah, he will lead the way to this poor girl's room. Ward.
As you're entering, this is not in visiting hours, and but you're not stopped like at the entrance. But you get up to the you've been informed that it's on the third floor, um, and you get up to the third floor. There's like different aisles or different sections, and you're quite sure you got the section, but there's a reception desk at the section, and there is a nurse or something who is just, hello, can I help you? What you can see here is there's a nurse at the reception. There is a another nurse talking to a doctor. It does not seem too professional. It seems perhaps a bit flirty. And there is a couple of nurses, but that seems to be going from patient to patient.
They got this woman's name, right? I think they got her contact details, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll just say, we're here to see Julie, last name, which I can't remember.
I didn't give you her last name, but you can get the last name.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm sorry. Do you have some? Are you next of kin, or do you have any ID I can see? The young doctor who's standing. I know this is the same picture that you might have seen. This is not the same guy, but it's the doctor.
Not the same guy that
No, no,
was in
because
there.
it's not
No,
the same hospital.
no. Right,
He
surely.
is. He is just. Um, he just comes over and looks at the overhead disc and just says, um, "Oh, it's quite all right. I think I've gotten a notice of this." Then the secretary says, "Did you just transferred in here?" Yeah, but I got it. It's look, and he talks to her, points to her, and shows her something in the book. And like 2 minutes of conversation, he's not bossing her around, but he just explains it to her. Oh, and then she at last says, "Okay, fine. Oh, I just didn't know that." And he smiles to her and says, "No, no, it's quite all right. I mean, it's it gets hectic. It's quite fine." And he smiles to her, and she seems to not mind it too much. And just come on with me. I'll show you around. And yeah, he begins to gesture for you to follow him.
Hey, thank you. Sam will hop along and will drag Nikki with him.
Okay, Nikki is being dragged.
She's gonna be following willingly.
All right.
Just
You get down the hall, and you see the doctor just look, and he will just uh, open up and just get inside a room that is one of the last at the hall. And the two of you enter. We'll just look at whoever comes last. Make sure the door is closed, please.
Mm-hmm.
of course.
Nikki will make sure that the door shuts behind her,
And pull the curtain, please. Thank you.
and she does so.
And Theodore, in his mask, will just say, uh, "I'll let you two do the talking." You can hear like a monitor, and just you will just like as soon as you've entered and pull the curtain, this like low talking stuff. Just hello. You will hear a very familiar voice. Hello, hello. Can I have a phone call or something? I'm really doing much better. I really need to talk to someone. I they haven't given me my phone. And in the bed is, in hospital garbs, is the woman you have seen just yesterday.
Hey,
Mason.
hey,
Oh,
hi there. Sorry, it's just sorry to wake you at such late hours.
oh, Nikki. Oh, you came, both of you. I'm so great. Look. I think I need the witness protection or something. I'm really scared. I need you once I get out of here, I need someone to protect me or something because those guys are serious business. I mean, they're really weird. I mean, they're scary, like scary, like I haven't seen before. I haven't been able to contact. I haven't been able to call my boyfriend or anything. I I need you to help me with something because this is too weird. And you can tell that she's definitely a lot more full, a lot less pale. She seems, as you probably expect, with the bruises though still there, a lot more blood. has made her a lot more energetic.
Animated.
Yeah, and she is seems to be agitated and perhaps impatient,
Oh,
perhaps quite impatient, as she seems quite nervous and perhaps a lot scared.
How about you start from the beginning? I know when I last talked to you, you weren't in great shape. So how about we? I get you a glass of water and we all go over this from step one. Does that sound?
Sure, sure. That sounds good. She smiles. Um, Sam, you can both tell that she's giving a bit of a seductive smile to Samuel or Mason. And she does. Yeah, I'd love water. Thank you.
Sure. You feeling okay? You look a little more lively now.
Uh, yeah, yeah. I'm much better. She her moods kind of changes with that, and so she's remembering that she's here and you know different things. She just looks at you and says, "Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm much better. But water would be good. Good.
Right? Always need to be hydrated.
You can get water in the room. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
Just get some one of those water coolers. Just pour. Well, it's probably a plastic cup. There's
Yeah.
horrible little disposable, sterile things that really don't deserve to be called cups more than they are just kind of horrid monstrosities. Um, like water tis measly with flesh carved into a cup, really. And we'll pour her a cup of water. Let her gulp down.
She drinks it and just says, "Okay, okay. So what do you want to know?"
You you said you were recalling something back in the car before you passed out. It's,
Um. Well. Um. It's nothing. It's Look, I'll tell you what I remember. Okay.
all right, go ahead. Take your time.
Okay.
Don't feel no need to rush or anything.
All right. Okay. She will, just to save a bit of time and my voice. She will describe that she's been covering the different kinds of like pretty much she's covered some fashion before, but she's uh, like the last 4 or 5 years, like the last year and a half, she's really become fascinated with underground reporting. Like she's 24, 25. She really loves it, and she got into like a bit of a story on trafficking, and now she was studying this, and it seems fairly benign until she begins to describe some things that includes people that where it begins to become more muddled in Sabat. Uh, Meddling, you would think. Also, time wise, it begins to sync up. And she was just, so I was, well, it was this, there's this truck. People said they've seen the same truck, but and they called the police, but the police didn't really do anything about it. They never got back to them. And well, this it was this truck that seems to like people said they abducted people, and I was looking into it. I was trying to sneak around, around this place where you found me, I think. And there's some things that don't make sense, but I mean, it's like I remembered something different before, but it was weird. But I think they're kidnapping people in that place, and she describes the place. She describes some of the like what is gang people, and then she just and that's about all I remember. And I will give the two of you that she is much more nervous or uncertain or something right now that she's ended that. She's just she seems to quiet down after that.
Sam nods along, puts an empathic, caring hand on her shoulder when she finishes. So yeah, I appreciate you telling us all this. You've been very courageous. Hello?
Yeah, and she just said one of the good it did me. Mom, Mom always said I should have stayed in modeling, but I don't know. I guess I'm too stubborn or brave or whatever. And she just shakes her head and she just, or maybe I'm too dumb. I don't know. She just shakes her head. I I think I must have hit my head or something, or perhaps they gave me some sort of. I it's a bit of a haze. What happened inside the building once they? I'm very sure they didn't rape me, which I'm really. I thought I would be totally just the thought of it, but it was so much more violent, so much more brutal. But one of the guys, he just came into the room and hit him once, and he flew back like in a comic book movie or something. I'm pretty sure I heard bones crack. It was one punch. It was unlike anything I've ever seen. I don't know. Is it because of some like performance enhancing drugs or something?
Yeah, you'd be surprised what the human body can do, given the right encouragement. Always, these sorts of people always end up suffering from burnout, though.
Hmm.
You know, it's kind of like jumped up steroids, really. Body suffers for it in the end.
Okay. Wow.
Okay, do I have to roll for this?
Nope. This is her. That was her one roll, and that. Wow. Okay.
Okay.
That was a wits and an intelligence roll in no particular order. Um,
Do you want me to roll subterfuge?
nope. This is some realization. This is her internally, and I
Okay.
just wanted to see. And she rolled like a boss. She just looks at you, and says, "Well, it was strange. I'm all better now. Um, yeah. Um, but you going to can you protect me or something? Because I don't want to leave here. Or if I'm leaving, then I need some protection or something. Because those guys were crazy. Those guys were really, really bad news.
Yeah, I can get you some security. It'll be fine.
Okay.
I'll make sure you're safe and sound. Yeah, you'll have nothing to fear. Just try to not run head first long into danger. Okay?
Right.
Okay, it takes.
Both of you take a perception empathy roll.
Ah man,
Okey-dokey.
this is not Sam's night at all. Spells.
Ew.
Hang on. Get Dice Stream to come up.
Actually, I should roll for Theodore as well.
Perception, empathy.
Oh,
Well,
look at those 4 ones.
crap.
No
Dice
one
Stream is
gets
not
it.
happy with any of us right now.
All right.
No P&E for us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she just sits back and just sits down and just the doctor, Theodore, just please, Miss Julie, yeah, and you, take your time. It's quite all right. No one's going to come in here. It's quite safe, and I'm sure the officers will do the best they can.
Aye, it's a place safe haven for you.
Thank you. How long can you stay? I just really like someone to be here.
He kind of looks at his watch. Yeah, I can stare a while. It's fine.
Okay. Doctor, would you mind giving us a few minutes? The doctor just looks at him and says, "Sure, I'll be right outside." And you will leave the room.
So is it just Sam and her in here now? In there now?
Yeah, the 3 of you.
Okay.
I Please don't blow me up, okay? I know this sounds crazy, but I don't think they're really normal. I think there's something like really fucked up going on about those guys, those people, those things.
What do you
I don't
mean?
think they're human. They're Look, you must think I'm crazy. I ever since I got like they said I was lacking blood, all right? And I remember one of these guys, he bit he bit one of the others. And it looked for all the world that he was drinking blood. And I I remember one of them, it looked like he had fucking fangs. I know they must have given me something, but why else would I be missing blood? I'm quite certain. I remember that they did it to me as well, and I was I wasn't on the verge of dying, but almost, and I was lacking blood, and they couldn't find a reason really for it. And I mean, are they crazy or? And you can tell that she's, even though she's saying something that is fairly crazy to most people, she's holding things back. Even though you failed your P&E, you can tell that she's not telling all of it. She's hiding something. She's holding something back.
Alright, well, just tell us the whole thing, okay? You don't need to worry about coming across as a crazy person in front of us. We've seen a fair share of back jobs. I don't think you're one of them.
Thank you. One of them changed his hand. Some of them had fangs, and I think they ate people or drink their blood. It was strange. They talked. They also talked a lot. Uh, they really did not care about people. I mean, they saw them as food almost, and they talked about us like we were food. And I think they're kidnapping people and feeding or drinking or whatever off of them, like, like fucking like cattle. And they're using that meatpacking plant as a cover, and it's driving me insane. I mean, how can this happen? How can the police not do anything?
So you're saying that the meat packing plant is just like a people farm?
I don't know. I really don't know what to believe, to be honest. But, I mean, could it be? And you can tell that she is infatuated with Mason,
Hmm.
but still, there's something like she seems hesitant, but it's probably not towards Spillane. Not that she doesn't trust him, but maybe there's something else. You can't really tell. Look, look, Mason. If I tell you, look, I heard them talking about like moving some guys or some men. It was like a gang or something. I don't know. It was weird, but they say that they're maintaining like a perimeter or like keeping guys in line to make sure that they keep up like they're focusing on an area in the Bronx. I don't know why, but they seem to have an interest in it. It was around the Sioux, the Bronx Sioux. They were very focused and very adamant that they kept people on that place. I don't know why, but it, it seems to about supporting something, or it was something about you didn't want to piss off someone, and they had to do something for her. I don't know.
Sorry, what did she say? Bronx
Bronx Sioux.
The
Zoo.
zoo?
Yeah.
Zoo. Sam kind of nods again. Eye level, kind of levels his eyes with her, so it doesn't come across as um, distant or rude.
The doctor just slowly moves in and she just says, "Doctor, patient confidentiality. You can keep talking." And he kind of shoots Nikki a look like, "Can you help so that I can stay?" Essentially.
Uh,
That's
he
literally
doesn't
Not
Nikki's
want to
that you
leave.
have to
response.
leave, but like comfort her or something like that, maybe. But she doesn't seem to mind too much, so she just she seems
Mm-hmm.
to be very focused, especially when Mason does as he does. She seems to focus on him almost entirely.
Sam is trying to keep her focused on him as well. He's like kind of, he's got his hands on both her shoulders and he's kind of telling her how brave she's being and how much they appreciate all the help. Kind of doting on her a little bit. But again, she kind of deserves it because she's been like kidnapped and tortured.
Look, I want to help. I want to bring these assholes down, but is there anything else I can do?
You've already done a lot. You don't need to jump off that hospital bed right away. You've done a ton to help us, okay?
Yeah, you should stay here and rest and let us do our thing.
Actually, feel a lot better. I've already been up and walking. I'm a little sore, but please, I just want to go to somewhere else. I'm not. I don't trust people here. They can find us, and it's a problem. Okay, I want to be somewhere safe. I, maybe like a safe house or something.
Hey, how about you spend the night here and we'll set something up for you, okay?
Thank you. I really mean it. Thank you. Um, well, I guess I can live in hospital for
Hey, come on, it's gonna be okay. We'll give her a hug.
Thanks. I just hope my insurance covers this shit. It does. It does. Don't worry.
Hey, if you have any money problems, I should be able to take care of that too. Won't need to worry about a thing. Just focus on getting better.
Okay. Well, thank you, both of you. I don't know how I'm going to repay you, but I will find a way. And as best she can, she hugs the both of you. And uh, yeah, she sits there, and the doctor just smiles at her. And I'll be back. I'll have someone check in on you in a moment. Oh, yes, doctor. And we'll just look at the, yeah. It's quite all right, but it is not official visiting hours, so um, I'm gonna sadly have to ask the both of you to come with me. If that's all right.
Nikki looks at Sam.
You should probably get going. Look after yourself,
She'll nod.
okay?
Julia does not look happy with you leaving, but she understands.
Nikki will give Julia a squeeze of her hand and tell her to get better and stuff before she goes.
Yep, Sam will squeeze her hand and give her a quick hug and a kiss on her cheek before he goes. Not she goes. She can't move.
The doctor will just leave with you, and he will just I'll walk you over to a quiet corner or like a staff room, but there's no one inside. And just take your it's quite the experience to be on with. She's very, very lucky to be alive. Well, I can't say I must say I actually do quite applaud you both for it. Technically, it's probably not the best decision. If they do not know yet, they probably will know soon. So, I would advise a strike of some sort at earliest possible.
Oh, pardon, sir, I'm having trouble hearing you.
Tonight, I would advise a strike against this place until before it is evacuated.
They're gonna want to cover their bases, and they ain't have gotten this far gone.
They will soon.
Aye.
But that will cover one thing. We have another problem now. And He just points in the direction of the door. She's a liability. Who will do it? He just looks at both of you.
Let's go my perception. Is easy to say sharp murder hobo this person?
And he just he just looks at you. He's kind of expressionless at that point, but he's probably not implying. It's vague and it's open to the point that it's probably not all of what he's thinking. No, Mr. Spillane, no.
Yeah, so I'm just like, huh?
Deal with it. Who will fix? Bring it to order. Make sure that this is not a problem.
Don't worry. I think I can handle that.
One of you will Google her. Starting tonight. Or I will.
Sam, kind of, he kind of points his phone towards. I can't explain it properly because I'm stupid. And how someone does like this or is like that, he's just kind of doing that to himself, as if to express that he should do it.
Fair enough. He seems spirited. A bit hot-tempered. Should fit you quite well. And, well, she survived. She looks great. My addition. And she needs to be involved. Or, well, I suppose you could make her forget. But honestly, we need people. We need, what shall we say, operatives more than ever at this exact moment. So when a situation like this presents itself, I would say that you would be fool not to do so.
All right, I'll make sure the situations are handled.
Good, good. Well, you can just have yourself a little moment with her if you want to. I will keep Nikki company for a moment. Is that all right?
Sam looks at Nikki as if the question is really directed towards her rather than him.
Nikki, however, is embracing her inner Toreador at the moment. So,
just giving everyone the cold shoulder, the bitch.
Can you hear me now?
There we go.
Okay.
Hi there, Nikki.
Nikki was saying before I realized my microphone wasn't working. Yeah, sure. Go do what you have to.
Don't worry, I'll make sure she's fine. Don't worry.
She nods. She knew this was probably going to happen anyway, but
Well,
that security and money help ain't no lie. I can get all that handled without a problem.
Spillane will go into the room and Theodore exit the room, and Theodore will just close the door, watch Spillane go over to the door, and while he's doing, talking to her, Julia a little bit more, Theodore will just look at Nikki and just say, "So, dreadful bit of business earlier this evening." Cannot say it.
Yeah.
Familiar to me, but what do you think of this would be, I know it's prince, but princess does seem to be so much more fitting to Her Highness.
Uh, well, honestly, I don't know. I'm not sure that I really like her, but if she's pretty much
It is not
in
about
charge,
liking, honestly. Do you believe her to be a rightful leader of the city, rightful ruler? Do you believe her leadership will lead the city to a better place?
to
Or
a
do you
better
believe
place.
someone else would be a better fit for that role?
I'm not sure that she would lead the city to a better place. From what I understand, the uh, the prince that we had was a bit more progressive than she seems to be,
That is an understatement.
and
Quite
I don't
possibly.
understand how they were together in any fashion.
Well, once you get to a certain age, yes, I am that old. Chuckles as he makes a joke. And he says, well, relationships are very rarely what they used to be. Although I had the rare pleasure of actually having a long voice. I'm getting distracted here. What I'm saying is, I'm taking the story between me and the Highness. The Highness is long and boring, but we do have a history. And she has forced my hand. She's gotten worse than I remember her. And one of the only people that would be able to claim Krog with support in the city. Because the support in the city is what will be most important for outside appearance would be Isaac or myself. I believe that Princeton is well, a very problematic position that gets a lot of crosshairs on one's face, but I really dread her rule in this city, to be perfectly honest. And I believe
He
Isaac,
nods.
and I believe Isaac is capable warrior and probably also capable prince when it comes to it. But I see this very, very well supported Camarilla piece. And then having the option between that and a very, very progressive person, as I say. Well, I won't bore you too much with politics, but the dichotomy there, well, there's much personally.
So, are you saying that you're somewhere in the middle?
Quite so, and much more feasible for, well, more Camarilla heartline people to support. Much easier than Isaac, I would say, which
Well,
again, I hate to do it to him because he does do a good job in this situation, but politics will be politics, and
of
we
course.
need to make sure that she is not the prince because it will be a disaster for us all. And I do not believe that Isaac has a fair
If
chance. I believe I have a fair shot, but
if you're if you're saying what I think you are, which I'm pretty sure that you are, um, I I would definitely support you as Prince. Um, I would definitely prefer you in that position than her. But I'm nobody.
well, if he puts up a hand or a finger, if we win this war, and it's about a gone, the Camarilla's, inhabitants will be fairly few. And you know what they say when there's a well, when there is very, very few voters left. suddenly they become a commodity, and every vote counts for quite a lot. If there are very, very few inhabitants, which there is right now, well, sure, outside influences can determine some, but it is still the people of the city, and if the prince does not have the trust to lead the city, well, then a person is not a prince.
Well, I would definitely say that all of us that are there would probably be more likely to support you than her because we know you, we trust you.
Well, that is a dangerous thing to do.
Well,
Squares,
trust,
he squares a
trust as
very
much.
devilish smile.
Yeah, she
Thank you.
smiles too. She's like, well, trust as far as kindred would normally do, but you know what I
An
mean.
important distinction, but well, no.
I would be more comfortable with you at the helm than her. I believe she would lead us into a darker time.
No.
Darker than honestly what we're in now, if that's possible.
Well, one should never challenge one's imagination in that sense.
I suppose you're
But,
right.
um, fine. If I can count on your support, I will begin to ask others. Please keep this as much as you can under your hood.
Plus, and she makes the you know the motion where she pretends to zip her lips and throw away the key. She does that.
Of course, there's no guarantee, but honestly, if I do get enough support in this city, I should have a fair claim. And, well, while one cannot do it with outside support, I do have some very, very, not as much support as she does when it comes to the clans in Europe, but I do have a lot more support than people think I do. My own clan is lockstep behind me, and, well, I haven't spent 300 plus years without making friends in different places. Of course, I cannot in any way match up to her when it comes to kissing and stuff behinds in Europe, the fanciest of cocktail parties. But, but, I have a bit more practical outlook on life, and there are other people who appreciate that a bit more.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, I don't think that, especially after what happened earlier, you you would have much. I doubt you would have very many that would oppose you.
I know it sounds ridiculous, but if an entire city simply stands up and sees all of them in unison that they do not believe that the prince is worthy, then the prince has no power.
That's true.
I wonder, a strange thing to think of. Well, I suppose the Camarilla would basically disagree, but in reality, they will need to see the situation that if no one has faith in the prince, well, the prince is not leading the city as the prince should. But enough talk. I must get on with it. I hope this display is done. And I don't know if Spillane wants to do anything else.
Spillane is just shutting up the redhead in the hospital right now. So.
And yum 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 yum. Sneaking that blood. Well, with that, I believe we will have the scene come to a close. Thank you very much, players, for playing and watchers for watching. Good night.